Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
We're up to Seif Hey, right?
Yeah.
Bezan Berim.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bruchim Habayim, welcome everyone. We're continuing on Shulchan Aruch, the beginning of Hilchot Shabbat, and we started Siman Resh Mem Zayin. We're up to Seif Hey on Daf Yud Aleph Amud Bet of the regular prints of Mishna Berura. Maran writes, Im Haynu Yehudi. Again, we are discussing the partnership of a goy with a Jew and appointments of delivery for packages and letters. When you are hiring a goy to deliver something for you, when is it mutar? When is it not mutar? The USPS, UPS, Amazon, next day deliveries, overnights, and so on and so forth. Maran writes over here, Im ha'enu Yehudi olech ma'atzmo, if the goy is going for himself, he's not going for you necessarily to the next town. It's not that you are appointing him to go to such and such place. He is on his way to go there. You just find somebody that he's going to the same destination as your package. And now you want to give him a package, you want to give him a letter. Mutar, then it's mutar to give it bechol gavna, in any situation, in any case. In other words, all of the past 4 seifim in Shulchan Aruch that we discussed is when you're hiring somebody to do something for you, in which case they are going there for you. They were not planning to go there on their own. They're going solely for the purposes of delivering your package. But if a person is going on his own and say, oh, you're going to X, Y, and Z, I actually was about to send the package there. Can you deliver it for me? He says, yes, sure, no problem. Then, says the Shulchan Aruch, there's no problem whatsoever with that. Says the Mishna Berura, but if you know that he is going to the same direction, but now he's going to be going out of his way a little bit for you, then it's going to be the same as previous seifim. It's going to be asur, unless you have one of the leniencies that we mentioned previously in the other shiur. Bechol gavni haynu afilu lo katzas litel lo schar ela bistama. Even if you don't tell him that you're going to be paying him, you did not set the price, you did not even promise him a payment, still will be mutar if he's anyways going to that place. So says the Mishna Berura, the reason for that is because he's not going to do your agency, he's not going because of you, he's going on his own. If he doesn't find the individual, or if he doesn't find the guy in charge of the post office, the bedoar, he's not going to go out of his way to look for him, because he's doing you a favor, he's just dropping off something. But that also has one element of restriction, and that is, he has to have enough time to get there before nightfall. But if he can't get there before sundown, to the place that you're sending him, or he's going to, then even in this case that he's going on his own anyways, still is going to be asur de'alichato b'shvil atzmo, even though that he is going for his own selfish purposes, he's going there anyways. Mikol makom, ma shenoseh hamichtav hu b'shvil Yisrael. What he's doing, that he's carrying the michtav, the letter, the package, that he's doing for the Jew. And giving him on Shabbat, that's according to everybody asur. If your neighbor on Shabbat comes and says, I just want to say bye to you, I'm going to this and this place, and you want to just give him a package, a small thing, that for sure would be asur according to everyone, because you're giving it on Shabbat. אפילו בהולך מעצמו. ואפילו קצץ לו שכר מבעוד יום. Even if you from before Shabbat had already set a price and a payment for him, with him, still would be asur. You can't hand him over a package, a letter, on Shabbat to take. ועל כן אסור ליתן איגרת על הפוסט, post, right? The post office, he calls it. It's asur to give the mail to the mailman, to the post office on Shabbat, because you are doing this. This can happen nowadays. They come every day, and on Shabbat, especially by us, the kids are always writing letters to their friends. There's always outgoing mail from a Jewish house. So Shabbat comes and they want to send something. Can you just give it to the mailman, or put it out, even that when he comes he'll take it? The answer would be, says the Chafetz Chaim, you cannot asur liten igeret ala post b'Shabbat. You cannot drop a mail in the post box to be taken on Shabbat. You can't give it to the post, the mailman. Either the ala post of tamid katzas, even though that with post is always katzas, because you have the payment on it, right? And back in the day, you had to tell, I'm going to pay you this much. Nowadays, it's a the postage system, right? You put the stamps, and that's the payment that you have for the delivery of the mail. So that is the equivalent of katzas. I mean, enecha katzas gadol mizeh. This is the ultimate contract. You have exact price based on the weight of the package or the envelope that you're sending, and that is katzas. But even with all of that, still will be a problem. Even if you have eruv and the carrying would not necessarily be an issue, still on Shabbat will be a problem. But if it's a tremendous loss that you would endure if you don't send this letter, then in a case that you have eruv and you have katzatz and all those things, it will be mutar, because it is through a non-Jew, and it will be a shvut dishvut b'makom peseda. It will be a double derabanan in the place of hefsed, and there it would be mutar. But if you don't have a loss of principle, then even on Erev Shabbat, on Friday, you should be machmir. You can't give. Imagine Friday, right before Shabbat, the mailman comes to your home, right? So you want to give him the mail to take and put it in the post office. That's how it works, right? The mail personnel that we have are not the delivery people. They are just the agents of the post office to come deliver. Of course, for us, they're the delivery for the incoming mail, but they are agencies of gathering the mail for the post office, for the outgoing mail. So essentially, if on Friday at 7 p.m., right before Shkia, for instance, he comes to deliver, and then you hand him over an envelope or a package, what's happening is you're asking him, take my package and put it in the post office to be delivered to my destination, right? That's asking a goy to put something in the post for you on Shabbat. Now, this is, even if you want to look at it like that, many acharonim look at this scenario as one man. In other words, we don't look at it that you ask the goy to give it to a different goy. This goy works for the post office. So handing him over the mail would be equivalent of putting it in the post, giving it to the post. But again, when he comes for a leniency over here, one would look at it as giving it to a goy to be given to the post, which would be a problem, because by the time he gets to the post office, it's going to be Shabbat already. So hence the problem. Says the Shulchan Aruch in Seif, מי שיש לו שכיר אינו יהודי לשנה או יותר, Asur shalecho erev Shabbat beigeret. If you have a goy that works for you for a year, right? You have contracted him as a worker for you for the entire year. He runs your errands, he does your things, and he's your worker basically. He's a jack of all trades. He does anything that you need, right?
Or hourly?
No, it's on salary. He's hired for a year on salary for a year or more. Can you send him to take a igeret on Erev Shabbat? Says Shulchan Aruch, absolutely not. Asur l'shalecho Erev Shabbat beigeret. Rama adds, umihu im lo scharo rak l'shlichut igeret yesh matirin. If this is the primary job that you hired him for, you hired him, says, I'm sending letters and packages all day long. This is my job, right? I'm selling stuff online to the people in Los Angeles, and I advertise free delivery, whatever it is. So I want you to take packages, deliver them. That's the job I'm hiring you to do. That's primary reason that I'm hiring you. Then says the Ramah, there are those who say it's mutar. Now we have to understand why that is. Hey. Now, says the Mishna Berura, this that Shulchan Aruch says is asur to send this guy that you hired for a year to take packages and mail. The fact that he is paid for a year on salary is not considered ktisa. He's on salary for doing your things, but that's not considered that he's doing this for you, right? It's not equivalent of I pay you for this job, and therefore when you're going for you, not for me. You're hired to work for me for a whole year. So when you're going for me, not for you. Taking this package or not taking this package makes zero difference in your subtotal of salary. So when you're going, you're like, I have to serve this guy, whatever, I guess I have to do this job also. You would much rather not take this and take the salary still. You have a set salary. So it's not that this job, you're doing it for the Yid, for yourself, you're doing it for the Jew, you're doing it for your boss. Whereas when I tell the guy, take this package for me and I'll pay you, the very taking of the package is doing for himself because he knows he's going to be paid money that he would not otherwise have. So therefore, that would be considered katzatz. This, we only are machmir that on Erev Shabbat is a problem, not necessarily beforehand. Now, and says the Mishna Berura, well, he explains the shita of the Ramah of why there are those who are matir if you have only this job as his main mikzoah. This is the reason that you hired him, because then in that case, the Ramah explained beforehand in Reshmem Dalit that if you are hired to deliver packages, then we basically could tell you got one job to do. It's not that I hired you, in the greater cosmos, and now I'm telling you to do a specific additional job. No, this is why you're hired. So when you're taking this package right now today for me, that's part of the $50,000 that you're making a year. This is why I hired you. So when you're working for yourself, because you know that this is, now imagine if I'm hired to deliver packages. So let's do the math. If I'm getting $50,000 a year to deliver packages, and I am, delivering 2,000 packages this year, so that is $25 a package that I'm getting, right? So I know the math. So when I am taking this, I am doing what I was hired to do, so I'm getting paid for this. It's not that I'm hired to fix the pipe and to dig the thing and to put the light bulb and to drive the guy, and now he's asking me to do an additional thing. It's very different. This is the job, and therefore it's equivalent of ktisa, says the Rama. You could be mekel in that situation, which really concludes